Who pays the last soldier for dying? Who pays his widow respect for trying to cope with a life that's now hopeless? Man, I watched that she quivered just like skinny erotica. She played the harmonica, but her song was always sweet and cold. Hagen does. Her mother was an independent socialite, and she wouldn't cite the fights between what's wrong and right and spat out trite like maggots and rice. And my advice, don't play games in the hard knocks when brainwaves get twisted like hair braids or rich folks who share maids. The scene fades into the fifth floor apartment with drawn shades. The switchblades in her left hand, in her right, a Chardonnay. She's enraged at her mother's payback. State facts, she says, only her reflection stares back with eyes black. It was like a vanity attack, based on her sanity. In fact, it's small things that break down foundations like cavities to plaque. The hell hath no fury like a woman scorned by the men who make their hearts reborn and sanctify themselves where souls are being torn. But this girl had a library of text in her mental, and she flexed wonderments essential to the men who would bow down to this monumental. She was like love's instrumental, a backdrop for something special, the crack spot for life's essentials. Thus, she completed a perfect vessel, busted. God must have blessed her. She was a gift of poetry. She would even move in slow-mo. It seems like dreams when clouds blow over the scenery, and she was an entity. For seconds she had beckoned me to question thee. One fantasy of ecstasy, but prophecies, they strengthen me. Cause now, man, I see a temptress that's sent to suffocate my being. But I won't look back. I'll stay on track, but this girl was stacked like chips in crap games, and my conscience went sightseeing. I stabbed my best friend in his back and watched him tumble like a fat guy extreme skiing. A paradox of a human being. My thoughts, they're twisting like dreadlocks, if you know what I'm seeing. Like a rarity of complete mental clarity before she stared at me and daringly made a raise in my disparity, then sanctified herself and went from virgin to vulgarity, making me feel trapped in a place between heaven and hell, between good taste and a bad smell, freedom, jail cells. I can hear church bells. I'm frozen like William Tell, the apple of my eye as I look inside the wishing well. But she was bleeding, badly bleeding. Bleeding till her heart started beating, needing my name and hating my game. But what do? I put a pox in you and shocked you and dreamt that they stalked you and killed you like cops do. I can't remember who I'm talking to. Man, I used to feel like we were like the Capulets and Montagues, meant to be like harmony. Yeah, like gods of love and mythology. But now my memory is groggy, my eyelids, they drip soggy, and I'll still visit you in the cemetery when the night's thick and foggy, but I'll remember the way your brown hair fell gently off your shoulders, but pray tell, now I'm the widow. And you're like that unpaid dying soldier. And the nights are colder in the apartment on the fifth floor, but forevermore, I'll lie awake and create my own translation of the strings and swords.